How to connect a DMR MOTOTRBO repeater to FreeSTAR SystemX. We'll get into it just after this. So we're going to get straight into it. This is the MOTOTRBO customer programming software, CPS, on what you can use to program any MOTOTRBO repeater, whether that be the DR series, the SLR series, or the XPR series, wherever you are in the world. But this is it. It's CPS 16. You can use CPS 2.0 as well, depending on what firmware you've got on your repeater. So we'll get straight into it. So we're going to be connecting this repeater to the FreeSTAR SystemX network, and that network is capable now of natively housing IPSC MOTOTRBO repeaters. It's a recent development. It's probably the first open source DMR network to natively support MOTOTRBO, just like Brandmeister and just like IPSC2, so it's very similar to that. Been quite a lot of demand for it in the last few years for me to do it, so it's all done now and it's ready to go. So let's get straight to it. So link establishment, which is here. We'll do this section first. You want to be link type in pair mode. Authentication key is 12345678990. Make sure that box is cleared before you put it in. Master IP, which is the United Kingdom server for this test purpose, is 185.169.252.213. The master UDP port, this is the important thing. We need to make sure this port here is pointing at 56002. That's the master UDP port, 56002. UDP port, that's your local port, that's the port your repeater has. That can be anything, but I've got that set as 56001. Pair firewall open timer, it's normally set at 6. Got to worry about any of this. You might have some more options in your link establishment, but these are the main settings to get you up and running. Beacon duration time, we've got that as set as 4,320 milliseconds. The beacon interval is an important one. We want that to be polling our master every 60 seconds if possible. 60 seconds if you can. So these are the basic settings. So we'll just make sure we've got all our settings here. This is general settings, and as you can see, I've got my radio name set as my repeater name. Radio ID, that is important. You set that to your supplied repeater DMR ID. Should be a 6-digit ID, and which you'll get from radioid.net. Your zone is just basically your frequency, your color code that your repeaters available for. IP site connect, you can enable either slot 1 or slot 2 or both slots together. Obviously we want them to be both slots. Some of this info here can be sort of specific to your repeater. Your RSSI threshold, you could probably set that a little bit lower than that. I mean, that's set at max, minus 126. The repeater probably won't receive at that threshold, so you could probably lower that to maybe 118, 120 dB. IF filter, we set that wide, and that's it. So these are basic settings that you'd probably already have set up in your Motorola repeater if you've already got one running elsewhere. So the only thing that you'd have to change if that's the case would be the master IP and the master UDP port. Once that's done, then you can hit write. That'll write that to the repeater, and then you're good to go. Now if you're using remote CPS, so if you're doing this remotely, your repeater's on site somewhere and you're connecting via IP, you can actually change all this remotely. Click write, and that'll automatically bring the repeater over to SystemX. You don't need to restart it, you don't need to power it down. It's pretty autonomous. So we'll just head over to the SystemX DMR network. This is FreeSTAR on the United Kingdom server. FreeSTAR SystemX, and there you can see our repeaters connected there. As you can see, it's a Motorola IPSC repeater. These repeaters are MMDVM. Everything in green basically is MMDVM. We've got our repeater there in orange, the Motorola colour for orange, which basically tells you it's an IPSC MOTOTRBO repeater. You can also go to link systems and see what repeaters are connected here. Obviously we know that this one's the Motorola repeater because it's in orange. It's connected, been connected for 6 hours ours, as I rebooted the server earlier, but got quite a few connections on the United Kingdom server. I think there's about 70 odd hotspots on here, quite a few, plus lots of bridges and stuff. So that's that. Right, so once you've got your connector actually connected to the server, you can click SelfCare and you can actually set up your SelfCare. When you first connect your Motorola repeater to SystemX, obviously you've not got a password. We don't supply a password to you. So what you do is you type your call sign in, leave the password field empty, and then just click login, and it will prompt you to set up a new password. So we'll click that new password. So we'll say, I don't know, password for a password, and then click save and bring you straight in. Click save of the password, it brings you straight into your SelfCare for that repeater. So this is your SelfCare for your Motorola MOTOTRBO repeater, and then you can set up your Static Talkgroup. So for example, I can add 235 for slot 1. I'll add Talkgroup for slot 2, 235 and I'll tell you what, I'll add another Talkgroup on slot 2, one of our local ones, 23591. And you'll see in the options that it's already put it in the options string. You just hit save changes, it then saves those static Talkgroups to your repeater. So that's SelfCare. You can also change your password if you wanted to, if you wanted to change it at a later date, but these statics are dropped in now, and you can confirm that by going over to static TGs. If I go on here, you can see 235 for slot 1, 2350 and 23591. It's locked in. So there you go. That's how you set up a Motorola IPSC MOTOTRBO repeater on SystemX. So that's how you connect a MOTOTRBO repeater to FreeSTAR SystemX. That's on the UK server that we demonstrated on there. The USA is also available, and all the other servers as well. You'll have to ask your local sysops if they have enabled Motorola IPSC, but SystemX is now officially supporting MOTOTRBO repeaters. So hopefully that helps. We'll catch you on the next one. 7-3 for now.